UPND Nationals Chairman Gilbert Liswaniso, thank you so much for joining us on this day tonight.
Thank you very much, and good evening to you and to the viewers out there.
Are you taking responsibility for losing Chawama?
Yes, I'll say that being one of those who are in forefront to campaign in Chawama, I take responsibility, and I'll tell you that why. When there's a lose, only few individuals take responsibility. Because a lot of people, they deny loss. They don't want to be associated with loss. And it's a lesson also, first of all, for me as an individual. You learn. We have lost election before, but from the time we formed government, all these by-elections, this is the first one which I've witnessed myself losing an election in government, personally, in a campaign. And I take responsibility because it is important to learn and to see where we have gone wrong. And a lot, they associate with winning. And for me, I call it that cowards associate with winning. But real leaders, they take responsibility even when they lose. So, on a lose not mean that you have failed, but are lessons learned from there. And for me and other colleagues, and if you followed me very well, in no meetings or any meetings, my message was very clear. It's a pilot project. Chawama, it's a pilot project. So you need to understand that language very well. Even the one who is celebrating should understand when I say it's a pilot project.
What do you mean it was a pilot project?
It was, you don't enter in somebody's bedroom, just waenda wangena no. You start from the sitting room first, then you enter into a bedroom. So lessons have been learned there, and those are the things which will make us perfect our approach for 2026 general election, especially in a rural, in an urban area like Lusaka and Copperbelt.
You seem to be very confident. You are the first, you and Chairman Mwaliteta were literally the first of this campaign. You were into Chawama very confident that you're going to scoop this election. Would you say that you undermined your opponent?
The good part of us who went to Chawama, we never undermined. We went there knowing very well that, one, our colleagues, they were strong in that area. We knew. And ours was to penetrate and found a foundation for the general election. Ours was to sell the party and the party president to the people of Chawama, which we did so. And for me today, I'll tell you that we are okay in Chawama because the foundation has been ready in Chawama. So, in politics, don't undermine anyone. It's like in football, it's like in boxing. Anybody who goes to a ring will say, I'm going to win. You cannot undermine yourself when you're a competitor. No, you need to put yourself to be there. You need to show your confidence.
Did you go in
even to your opponent, even to the people who are watching? You need to show that confidence that you are taking it.
Yet you know that there's a big challenge.
The challenge has been there. The challenge is always there. The challenge is always there, and that's why you go to an election, is to ensure that that challenge, you overcome it. That's how it is. So ours was to overcome the challenge.
Did you foresee a win or a loss in this election?
Both sides, either win or lose, it was on our mind already, some of us. But all we wanted was to win an election. Oh, let's win it. But either way, because I've told it was a pilot project to us for Lusaka district, how we are going to approach it to 2026, which I cannot go details because certain things we have seen it on our own. How the election being run at a polling station, at a section, at a branch, how to approach a marketeer, how to approach a barman, all those areas we have to know and to put them that how do we approach all these people towards the general election. So, number one is that when you win, it boosts your campaign morale as a team, as a political party. When you lose, it takes you back on the foot to say, okay, we missed there, how do we move in? So it's not an indication of saying, no, you cannot form government. No. It was a boost supposed to come back to the UPND, which has failed. But the boost now on UPND, the failing to score or to win, it's the boost to UPND to sit down to say, which approach should we use toward the general election?
Over the last few weeks, I've been speaking to different political party presidents in discussing Chawama and other issues pertaining to national interest. They claim, or they suggest, that you took so much money into Chawama, you were distributing minimal into Chawama, yet the people did a Don Chikuweba on you.
I'll be very clear on that one. I'll be very clear. There was no state machinery in Chawama. And understand my word, pilot project. I will tell you that there's no election up to date from the time we formed the government where government has been involved. You have never seen any government to go and give things there, even putting boreholes, clinics, what not. Even the extent of flooding, even when the government was supposed to enter and do their duty, we said no. As a party, we said no. So there was no government interference there or government machinery. So somebody had to understand, if there was a government machinery, today we would have won Chawama. I'm talking to those presidential candidates whom we have been interviewing. If they wanted to use government machinery, we would have won Chawama. It's only 1,500 plus, which the opposition won. There, even people who came there, you know, even ministers came a week, maybe 5 days before voting.
But
it was a party province, district, constituents, ward, branches who handled that election. Just a bit from there. So the issue is, the president cannot be everywhere. The vice president cannot be everywhere. So the party should win an election on their own. More figures we saw, it was only Simi, Mwariteta, few national trustee, Amaichwe, Patricia Nawa. You could see the deputy SG, the chairman of the party. They are the people you saw most of the time in Chawama. So the issue of mealie meal has nothing to do with the voters, because you cannot feed 92,000 voters. That's a lie. You can't. There's no political party, even government, cannot.
At least you give those that you could give.
So, whom you give mealie meal, it is your foot soldier, which even them, the opposition, they will give their own foot soldiers. You cannot put people just to go and wake up eating, no. There are 110 polling stations in Chawama.
111.
111, yes. And 111, every polling station goes into a section. So you end up having maybe 500 sections of the branches of the people. All those branches should do, who are doing the donk work, I call it a donk work, by going on the ground, looking for people in the voter register. Because it's not easy to look for Andrew Mwansa, where he stays. Sometimes Andrew Mwansa has shifted. Where he used to stay has gone to another area. So it takes a work, it's a lot of work to look for somebody who votes in that voter register. So at the end of the day, they need to eat. So the bag of mealie went to the foot soldier of the UPND, not to the voters that no come and get, no. That's how the game was, which even them, the PF, was doing the same. No one put somebody using money to come and vote for PF, no. I've said already to say, Chawama to us as a party, we're using it as a pilot project to see how do we enter Chawama, how do we enter Lusaka now.
The names you're telling me are political heavyweights in the country, the likes of yourself, the likes of the SG, the likes of the deputy SG, the likes of Lusaka province, youth chairperson Mwariteta, and others that were present in Chawama, surely with this political heavyweight that was in Chawama, you still failed to deliver Chawama. In fact, on top of that, we had over 4 cabinet ministers come through. We had Minister Felix Mtati, Elas Mwanga, Mike Mposha, Jack Mwimbo as well was housed in Chawama, yet you still failed to convince the people.
Yes, we are heavyweights. I've said voting is not about the heavyweights. It's not about the heavyweight. It's how you deliver your message. It's how people are perceived you. It's how consistent you are with them. So ours, we took the message of development, the message of hope, the message of Hakainde Hichilema in Chawama. So we did our part to the people of Chawama. But at the end of the day was we need to build a foundation in Chawama that come 2026, we have an MP in Chawama, MP in Kanyama, MP in Matero, MP in Mandevu, MP in Munali, Lusaka Central and Kawata for UPND. And that's what is in our mind as political party. Yes, ministers can come, assign, and we cannot run away that PF as a party, despite using the FDD, they were strong. They were strong. We need to admit they were strong. It was not easy for us to penetrate, but we could go on the ground and lobby and ask for this vote. It hasn't been easy. If I'm going to sit here to say it has been an easy way in Chawama, they now lie. But looking at the numbers which we got, according to those who voted, because total voters are 92,000 plus, but people, not even a quarter, people voted just 20,000. It was just 20,000 people.
It was 18,000, yes.
18,000. No, just 18,000. So you can see 18,000. Almost 81, let me say 79, if I'm not mistaken, didn't vote. They stayed away. Okay? I know some have shifted, others have died, but at the end of the day, the number itself, it tells that this is a small number. So even if you want to celebrate, to say, okay, we have won. Celebrating is about just enhancing your, how do you call it? Your political party, the morale and everything. Quite right, it is okay. But as a political party, you reflect, you sit down. So let's say about the figures. Are we okay with the figures? Because you win using figures. Okay, in an urban area, if the opposition have taken 8,000, UPN is getting 6,000 plus. The gap, how is the gap? So because every political party works on the gap. Okay, if now we go in the stronghold of UPND, are we going to see this? Then you see that, okay, UPND is still there. It's still forming government. Using what
we're coming to that later.
Yes.
Also, one thing that we didn't see was the president not coming into Chawama. Was there any specific reason for why President Hakainde Hichilema didn't come to Chawama? Perhaps, he thought the political heavyweights, would win Chawama without him.
We have requested that, not only in Chawama, but I think you have seen most of, or apart from 2022 to 2023, and 2022, if I'm not mistaken, the Kavushi and where he went, I think there are only 2 places where Hakainde has gone. I still remember he went to Mwansa, but all these other by-election, collective, all of us, as parts foot soldiers, we have said, we can't be always until when the president. Let's try. So I've said it is something which we are building in as the way to win an election, the party and the president. So we said the president first, let's do with this to see. Because when time comes, the president won't be in Lusaka alone. So the leadership of Lusaka should produce 7 members of parliament. The leadership of Lusaka province should produce the presidential result for the president.
And so far numbers don't seem to be favoring you.
No, the numbers are favoring. I've said they are favoring. We are perfecting what will take us in 2026 for us to return power. We are perfecting the system. Winning an election in opposition and in government are totally different. we have a lot on the table as a party in government. And I keep on saying government makes mistakes every day. Not because President Hakainde Hichilema, no. Not because of the vice president, no. Not because of the ministers, but because of those who implement the policy of the president and the party and the vision. They make these mistakes every day to the citizen, and the citizen points fingers where? To the president. That's why defending government is not an easy thing, because today you go to the police, an officer will answer you certain things which will hurt you. You point a finger to the president. You go on the roadblock, an officer will misbehave towards you, a citizen. The finger points on the party UPND and president. You go to the clinic, a nurse or doctor will misbehave in a such way you as a citizen are not happy. The finger will point on Hakainde and UPND. You go at a school, a teacher will misbehave to you as a citizen. You get upset. The finger will point on Hakainde and UPND. Now, the job of the party now is always to ask for the voters. Is to ask the people of Zambia, let's be together. We have heard this. These are some of the challenges we face as a party in government. So, our responsibility is to defend the party, is to look for a vote, is to ensure that this vote every day. So that is an issue.
A day after the elections in Chawama, there was a screaming headline in the news diggers stating that the youth leaders that were pocketing money into Chawama, and money was not reaching the foot soldiers. I would like to get your reaction, Chairman Liswaniso, as the face of the campaign with Honorable Mwansa.
And I'll tell you, who would want to lose? Let's say if we won, are you going to say people are pocketed? Everybody will have claimed the what? The victory. Even the name of Liswaniso could not even hear it. Even the name of Mwansa would have got even to hear it. The name of Anderson, Banda, Grant Zimba, Amai Chimwela, our chair lady district, Regina. You talk about Chitanga, you talk about all leaders who were involved in the constituency, campaign manager. If we won, no one would have. These names were not even mentioned. Everyone ate. Money went to intended programs. Don't come with a program which we don't know. We followed the program the way it was. And money went to the intended programs. There are those who came from other provinces, for sure, to come and support. And when you come to support...
So you ferried people
No. It is normal. People came. They came. You come and support. It's today where it is here. People have gone to Kasama. They've gone to campaign there and to follow the program where in Kasama. It's the same here. In Lusaka, people from Matelo, everywhere. Even the PF. People go and support. It's your political party. So when you come to come and support. But who is a voter? Should we give you have just come without voting, or give the one who votes? That's where the conflict is.
So you're giving money to voters?
Let me tell you. No, the issue is who's supposed to be fed first? You are feeding who? When you say the money to foot soldier, that's your question.
Yes.
Money goes to the foot soldier. Who is doing the donkey work? So the one who have come to help, you should not bring a budget which is bigger than what is going to the foot soldier. We'll say no to it.
Did the deputy SG come to help? Because even the next headline in the next day was that she didn't even have money for fuel. Because there was no money. You told her that there was no money allocated for, for such activities.
The money was allocated to the campaign money, the one who was feeding all of us. And he had a mandate to ensure that every vehicle, there are certain people, for sure leaders, who are able to afford, okay, to do certain things. Did they buy fuel for me as Liswaniso? Did I need a vehicle to go around in a certain? No, because the campaign were done at a polling station. People could not adhere to the instruction. You can't be moving from point A to point B. When we tell you, Liswaniso, your polling district, it is Nyerere, you are going to stick there. Do you need a vehicle? The vehicle just take you from home to that place. The rest, it's about walking, because sections are just in here. Do you need fuel there? It's common sense. Do you need to go to school? So because the people wanted rallies, they wanted the road show, we were very strict, us. We said we need to get numbers first. As long as numbers won't be there, no one will do a road show. If you want to do a road show, when you have done the section, you have done in the evening when you are done, then you can do a road show. When you are out on door-to-door campaign, then you can do the thing. So most of our people who came, really they wanted rallies. They wanted road show. So for us, we're trying to manage that process. We became an enemy to those who wanted the road show and what? And rallies, because we wanted to get a number first. We assign you to go at a polling station or at a branch to go and check the people addressing. Who are you addressing? Are you addressing a voter who votes on the 15th January, or you are addressing a voter who is going to vote on 13th August? There are different things there. Uenda kukamba na ndani, wamena azavota pa 15 January, kuli mkwemvotera munda, or wamena azavota pa 13 August 2026 in the general election. So when we give you an assignment that iwe nchito yako, waje nkuyangana waja bantu, uchecking, then you don't want. You want to be passing on the road. Those are the repercussions. So we assign the people, and certain people feel like we are undermining them. Other people feel like we are not good. So that even we are giving regalia, you are giving regalia to somebody who is voted at a particular time. Because if you don't do so, wajamena ngo bazatakata. Uzapasa, you are going to address 300 people. By 300 people, bantu many vota, maybe there are only 50. In 300 you also see vote. Yes, they are important. But how do you take care of the people? You find that wajawali 250, you are taking care of them. Wasi wajawali 50, who are very important for the crucial game, you end up vote. I'm just trying to address these things kuma voters wanzatu, kuma leaders watu wa UPND, to understand that uzaona ni wantu mambili, but when we vote upon pangon. So when we assign combat iwe, yenda uyangane wali 50 obagwire aba, then tell us nga wali nanjala. Tell us nga palibe rigaria, iwe sufuna, ufuna kasi chama radi ukazipitana pitana mtenga maselfie. So when I tell you to say stop what you are doing, I become an enemy. That's why we have taken responsibility, because I was on front to stand on a way to ensure that we get these numbers. But if the majority who came, even those in Chawama themselves, if they followed very well our program, today we're going to talk another thing. But I'm happy now, and I want to tell you that at least whom I spoke to, whom I advised to, they're able to say, Chairman, I think you were right. Us will get overwhelmed with the people now, because now they are raising hand very once. But kasi election series, so election kasi nukugwira bantu na kuona kuti uyu muntu avota.
To what extent do you think the choice of candidate had an impact on the election? When you're going into this election as a UPND, you had a different candidate. You had to change the candidate to the one that you fielded in Mogani Munda. The first candidate you chose was Katengwa. Do you think perhaps if you went with your first choice, because that was your second choice, if you went with your first choice, you would have had a different result?
I can't predict, because for me, when I go to an election, I don't see the candidate. I see Hakainde and the party.
Perhaps that was what the problem was. Maybe people didn't want Hakainde, but that's why they didn't give you a vote.
And that's why that is our responsibility as party leaders. And I'm sorry, I'm not even insulting anybody. No one beats the party and Hakainde Hichilema. We'll just use you, Andrew Mwansa, as a vehicle. My responsibility and responsibility of every party leader is to make the party popular and make the president popular. Whoever we choose at that particular time wins us an election. That's what is in my mind. And that's what makes a political party to stay in power than depending on an individual. No. The issue of Kantenga has nothing to do with it, because it's a requirement of ECZ. What we didn't want is a circus at the end of the day. somebody to be disqualified when we knew we could not vote, could not be. Those are the rules of the game. You need to be a voter. So our colleagues was not in the system for 2021. He never voted. But in his system now for 2026, in the provision. So we did that to say, Amanas who vote. And we did requirement from the East, they said it's true. That's why we withdrew that one. Then we looked about the best three, but the best three, they were the same best three, Kantenga, Munda, and Skasot. So we said, okay, let's go for Munda. And we gave him an opportunity. We went with him. We ran with him. We cannot throw Munda today just because of lost an election. No. It's not Munda who have lost. It's the party UPN which has lost in Chawama. I repeat, it's not Munda who has lost in Chawama. It's the party UPND which has lost.
What is the difference between the two?
There's a difference. That's why Munda came to stand on the ticket of UPND. If he stood as an independent, I would have said he has lost Munda. But because he used the ticket of UPND, UPND lost in Chawama. So ours is to sell the party in Chawama, is to ensure that the party stays in the house of the people of Chawama.
I find your reasoning to be a bit contradictory.
It's not contradictory.
Allow me to finish my question. You are suggesting here, Chairman Liswaniso, that for you, the person who you selected to contest on your party ticket didn't need to be popular. The party is already popular and was riding on the popularity of the party and the president. But in principle and in foundation, the reason for why you have those primaries when you're going for intra-party elections is to be able to select someone who is popular, who is loved by the majority of the people on the ground. That is the one that you adopt. But here you're telling us that it doesn't matter who you adopt. What matters is the party and President Hakainde Hichilema.
The issue is, this guy comes in as the vehicle you're using as a political party. Yes, he has to be known to the constituents by the people. For this person, we know him through his character and everything. But the party should not depend on the popularity of an individual. No.
Then why do you select one person from the other?
The issue is you don't depend on the party should not depend on the popularity of an individual. No. We should depend on the popularity of the party, all of us, but we should get to say, okay, this one is sellable to the people. They are able to hear him, is able to deliver, is able to push the agenda of development in this area, is able to speak on behalf of its people in this community. This person can reach out to churches, schools, everywhere. You can send him. He's not arrogant. He's not a boss type. He's somebody whom you can send. You can do all the things. He's able to fight for the laws of his people in his constituency.
And those are the qualities that your candidate had.
So, to us, yes, I can tell you that because from the little things he has done in his own capacity. So I think this one is able. And two, he's known by his community, they know each other. So let's try him. But when we go into a ground as a party, we sell the party itself. We sell the president itself. We do what is best for the party. So that candidate wins at the end of the day. That's why people come and apply on a political party. They know that it will be very easier for me because the party has more numbers than anybody else. Unless if he stood. For me, that is my stance. If he stood, particularly independent, I can say Munda, Aitabwanji, I lose. But because he stood on UPND, I still insist UPND lost an election in Chawama. We should agree and admit as a party. So that next time also we do better as a party. And I still insist that the party should be popular in all the corners of this country. The party, when it's popular, it's easier to identify now within the foot soldiers of the UPND in that community that this one can represent its own citizen or its own community very well. That's what you do. So that is the message I'm sending to the members of UPND, that cheti pange chipani cha UPND chikale popular mumanyumba yatu mentinkala monsa chikambi bakambe pazina ya Hakainde usiku na muzoba kabwera masanko ya member of parliament okapani ya kansela tizi yangala manje se teka mati wamenanga kwanza nchito ya kansela ni huyo because tikamutuma mashitavaso kaitavaso ama kwanisa kaitavaso ama kwanisa wamenanga kwanza nchito ya MP ni huyo tikaitavaso na vaso anga kwanisa. When you do that, you are going to have even the right people in the right position because alliance afa konzero alliance ambo sevenzera abantu. That is how I see things as a national youth chairman.
So many things happened in Chawama. We saw Patriotic Front councillors, you know, supporting the UPND candidate, but also one issue that came out to be very prominent is the fact that Innocent Kalimanshi had to join the UPND. Others within the rank and file of the UPND condemned this action. Mr. Chairman, why did you have to take that stance of inviting someone who other UPND persons look at as a criminal?
Voto ya politics niyo vota. Ndale ifikansa fya chalo, fyali shupa, Andrew. Why are you campaigning? Why are you mobilizing? You are mobilizing the people to join you. Do you choose who's going to vote for you? Even a criminal goes to vote. Na ule maenda kuvota. Na chipuba chimaenda kuvota. Na wanzero wameenda kuvota. So if you don't value a voter's card and an LRC, ni a politician. There's no good vote or bad vote. All of them are votes. It depends kuliwe mtu to go and convince to say come and vote for us. Kalimanshi, does Kalimanshi have more power when he joined us? He knew what we have done on the ground. He came as an individual. Women came. Yes, Kalimanshi can be known as too much there. But what about those at a branch level also who joined? Because even them, they used to campaign UPND. They used to say bad things about UPND. Why didn't we caution them? Let me go further. Bill 7, and this message goes to the UPND structure across the country. Leaders, Bill 7, we had 37 members of parliament most, voted for Bill 7 to pass through. These are PF members of parliament who stood on PF in 2026. In their constituency, wanakamba voipa pali Hakainde. Voipa! Nibwezapo. The 37 members of parliament wose mwani constituency yao. Wanakamba voipa pali Hakainde. Uyu mutusali bwino. Uyu ni satanist. Uyu nchancha. When you go to the constituencies, they said bad things about Hakainde Chitama, the party UPND. But because Hakainde has demonstrated the good leadership, he has accommodated. They have seen how he has delivered through 3DF. Abantu akambataya, huyu mtu yezo munamezera. Huyu mtu ana mutiba. Huyu mtu ana tolerance. What is doing on the table? Ni vintu ameza kaza kuti chalo chinkale bweno. So me, despite saying bad things in 2021, now I'm supporting Hakainde so that the people of Zambia can benefit from his leadership. Now I'm supporting him. Today, those people now are supporting him. Is it a bad thing? Why can't we call them criminals? I'm saying to the UPN leaders, those who are forwarding a lot of things to me, because in Indali at the end of the day, your leadership is attracting even those who were wrong by that time. That you are a better leadership now. Tina Hakainde, Tina UPND. The way you have behaved yourself as UPND is attracting even those in PF who were bad to you. Now they want to join you so that you continue running this country. And then you, ufuna kuvala mulyango. Kutia osangena muno. So ukakoma hoja mulyango, they will go back. Bakuwi na mungani kuchawama. So open the door, come in, then tell them how you stay in your home. Oyipeni mwabwera mu nyumba muno Kalimanshi chikujja 18 hours. Ukapwa 20 hours suzadya. So nikubwera 18 hours kulibe kwenda usiku muno po nyumba muno. Muno mu nyumba kulibe kutukana bakulu muno. Muno mu nyumba kulibe kutukana even ba opposition.
Did you give him anything to convince him to join the UPND? Because nothing. I think what was trending was the fact that there was a motor vehicle that was handed over to him.
That's a lie.
Upon joining the UPND.
I don't want even to state that one. That is a lie.
You said you gave it to him.
Yeah, let me tell you. Did he tell you himself that I was given a vehicle?
You tell me.
I'm asking the innocent date of given a vehicle. Okay, I say what has Kalimanshi done to be given a vehicle? What influence is he bringing? If we won when he was in PF, But the only thing which you need quickly much to say, what is your strength? Are you able to mobilize? Showcase your skill in terms of bringing people in the party. Go and work, and the party will identify you to say, I think you are good on mobilization now. Maybe a position in Yaka, not to buy. UPN does not buy any party. And I want to repeat, UPN is singular abantu. UPN is not for the weaker souls. It's for strong men and women. To know. There's real rehabilitation in UPND. Ngasunga nkale mu UPND ngasundo okosa uzatavamo. That's how UPND is. Because even me sometimes I resign on my own. But today, following day, you see cause coming and you start the journey.
Do you think like resigning as chairman?
No, I'm just...
When the elections for chairman came in, do you think of resigning?
No, if I eat politics. I sleep politics. I don't compete with anyone. Politics is me. I've been doing this game for more than 20 years. Nakulira mundale. Munivesa manenga. So me is part of, even if one chose pampando pano, I'll still do politics. Olonchoke mu UPN nende kuti, I'll still do politics was near vintu vanga veni madya. So I don't compete. I just work because I've been given an assignment. Do the job and I'll do the job. That's how Liswaniso is. So there are those who want to compete with Liswaniso. Sometimes they compete, me I don't know. They're busy competing. Not knowing it, me, I just do my job. Because you don't, first of all, people don't know me. Especially these who are coming today. The young one, I think he was because a journalist. To know to my journalist, I'm sorry to use this thing. Boss one Costa. And then kubwera kwa George. It's like the way Costa is. And I'll be using this as an example. Passion, what we are doing. I've got that passion to do with politics. The way Costa has passion with what? With journalism. Kuvitenga personal vintu pa weka chewa vitenga personal wachoka hapa waenda. Anaye kubwera mu bus Costa kwa George kubwera kutenga news. Kuli bandani kuli Liswaniso. I can count most of the journalists. When you to imanje. A lot in Mavuto Piri. Brian Mwale. I can count Bruce Mwale. Especially those who work to movie TV. I was their source. Even today, I'm still a source of the news, which you cannot take away from me. It is in me because I like doing these things. But at the end of the day, those who don't know me, they would want to compete. Compete, I have no problem because this position, it is not mine. It's for public.
Like you rightly put it, you've been in politics for over 20 years. We have less than 100 days to go before Parliament gets to be dissolved. We have exactly about 204 days to go before the general elections on the 13th of August. Don't you think, as an experienced politician, it's political suicide for a ruling party to lose a by-election in a general election year?
My analysis, it is good we lost that election. I know somebody will say, why have you said this one is? To me now, as my analysis, after the game, yes, there's a pain. No lose comes with a pain. Even me, I was in pain to lose. Because I've lost election before. I know how it feels.
Did you cry?
The last time I cried was in 2011 when I lost an election. Yanga, Nalila, 78,700. Sinuma Iwara, Yangena Mumanza. Then what you will come at the So every leader who has fought for leadership nicely has dropped tears before. And I dropped tears when I see that what I told you haven't done it. I feel bad. You advise leaders to say, let's go in this way. You tell them, let's go this way. They don't want to hear that. Let's move in this way. From branch to branch, you don't want to listen. I feel bad to say, why? Let's be disciplined. Then after losing an election, then people now are forwarding. And the one who was doing this, who was denying, is the one talking too much. The one who was getting even, especially so-called that media, he's the one who's talking too much. And I say, are you genuine? Yet you are the one who is even saying, no, change the way Mararis are changing. You don't know. You don't know. Then I feel to say, oh, you're the one doing this. Then I look around. And then tomorrow I see you again. Then I'll tell you that, Kamana, yenda hapo, not up. That's how I work as Liswaniso. And then propaganda goes, nobody and drama. And then I check, oh, Mwansa, if there's somebody in UPND who cares for foot soldiers, you need 100 kwacha. If there are 20, I'm among all the people. They will tell you, whatever money we're given went within the programs.
Politics.
Well, not just a bit, we lost it. Maybe. So you don't win an election because of money. Commitment.
Politics is about
I haven't
perception.
answered your question. I haven't answered the last question. Are we losing 2026? Oh, no. We are okay. We lost an election which has given us, like friendly game, Zambia versus Malawi. Zambia loses. Zambia versus Tanzania, Zambia loses. Then you go to Africa Cup. Then Zambia gets Africa Cup. Because the way I saw what happened in Chawama the day of voting.
And the friendly matches are used as preparatory matches
Exactly.
to show how prepared you are.
Exactly. So that was a part of a preparation.
And it appears that the FDD is much more prepared than you are.
Let me tell you, I'll answer that one. We were preparing ourselves for Lusaka district, Lusaka province. The preparation of Chawama today as I speak to you, in Lusaka. And I'll extend this to Copper Belt, that we need to put things in order for us as a party. If we want this, we will become even reluctant. Because there are some individuals I've seen now who went from 2021, they have never been there. But after Chawama, they are forwarding things to me. And when I look to them, they've been just making contracts, making money. As the National Youth Chairman, I'm sorry to say this, from 2021 up to date, I don't need anybody to speak on my behalf. I'm speaking on my behalf as well. The contribution, I personally, have been on the ground. Either like it or not, I've been on the ground for the party UPND. Now I see these individuals who were not caring about the party. They're the one forwarding a lot of things. And I've told them, whatever you're forwarding to me, these things has been there on the ground, I understand them. That's why I even called ministers and members of parliament to be part and parcel of Chawama. Why did I say so? I may not go details when I'm appealing to them, but it tells you that the Chawama was not easy. We needed a lot of manpower. A leader, when they say an MP, when they say a minister, these are the ones carrying the policy of the president. They're able to tell the people there. Me, I'm just a cadre. They may listen a bit, but a minister will listen. You're not supposed to be told by the president. As long as you are the party, you are from the party, you are appointed by the president, every influential position should contribute to the party. They know themselves. As long as been appointed by the president, you know yourself.
Were you disappointed with ministers that didn't show up in Chawama?
And I'll tell you that I'm very disappointed with ourselves as party leaders, including those appointed, because we are betraying Hakainde Hichilema at the end of the day. Why are we in government? Is to protect power. So the vision of the party and the president is being what he implemented. So when you lose power, are you going to implement your vision and the policy? The answer is no.
And you think that these the ministers
and I repeat, we, and I'm putting myself
helping
also,
protect the power.
They are not protecting the power. They are not protecting the power. Those in the system, some of them, they're not doing so. Because certain things which I told them from the beginning happened in Chawama. There are certain things which they do which cannot even consult the party. And you tell them this is a danger. It will cost this. They don't want to listen. They feel they know it. But I'm happy that after losing this election, everyone now was forwarding things to me. Why are you forwarding those things to me? When you are not even there on the ground. You are not there. So for me, and I've said it's the beginning of putting things in. It's not too late. Putting things in order for the party UPND, for the president. We should not betray President Hakainde Hichilema. He's a good leader, very good leader, who would want to see this country change, who would want to see its people at the community level benefit from the taxpayers' money. That's the president we have, but he needs help from us. And that election alone has taught me a lot of things which we need to address squarely. How the system works, how everybody works. Everyone who has an influential position under UPND government has to play a role. And that stance as the National Youth Chairman, I'm taking it personally. Some they will hate me, Some, they will even tell the president, fire this person. I would rather be fired from this position by doing a right thing, which will protect the power and protect the president's vision and the policy of the party to be implemented. If we don't do that, the young people and the women, they may lose a leader who loves them, a leader who have a heart for them, and that is Hakainde Hichilema. So ours is to protect him, and we'll do so. If those other who hate us, let it be. But I'm saying we, as party leaders and those who have been appointed, we are betraying Hakainde Hichilema because we don't want to be truthful to each other. We don't want to speak very well and to ensure that we implement things better for the people of Zambia. We need to help Hakainde because Hakainde cannot be everywhere. It's like even in your home, Andrew. Sunga ziwe vose vili munyumba. But you are being helped by your wife, your children, and the other dependents to ensure that your house is in order. Sunga ziwe vose. That's the same with Hakainde Hichilema. Sanga ziwe vose vene vichitika. So where there are loopholes, it is our responsibility to do it.
The foundation of politics is perception. And the perception that the Chawama parliamentary by-election has painted so far is that the opposition is strong. In fact, this has boosted confidence in the hearts of the opposition. They're even saying that the mayoral election that is coming in the next few weeks is going to be won again by the FDD. They are claiming that this is a beginning of a revolution that can be stopped. What's your comment?
Nakambatinindale if kansafia chalo. Every political party will claim to say that in city report vitenga. Perception is good, yes. Perception comes with when you got numbers. So the UPN should not concentrate too much for perception now. Do we have numbers? Then do perception. There are certain things we need to avoid now. Are we going to general election? Which I cannot go details to avoid them. The issue is UPND should now have numbers first. A real voter who is going to vote that day. And the one who believes in UPND. And I know we have the capacity as a party UPND. We have those people. Ours to put our house in order. Chawama itself, it is enough. I don't care about Kasama and everywhere. Chawama it was enough because we're dealing with an urban area, which is Lusaka and Copper Belt. And we have seen the behavior of certain individuals, even within the system. So at least we are open up. Imagine you go to a general election and what happened in Chawama. Then you're not, because sometimes you lose an election because somebody has jeopardized your work as a party. So
you feel betrayed by the system?
No. The issue is I'm seeing certain individuals the way they're behaving. You're able to know. So if you depend, the party should not depend too much. The party should depend on the way we worked in opposition, depending on our own zeal, our own people, our own everything, on the ground. That's the way we're supposed to move. Okay? I don't want to hear someone, no, things are okay here. No. Let my member leader to tell me things are okay this year. Somebody else. When you see there's something, come in and hit there to say, no, not this way, we go this way. That's what I believe. I said, for me, Chawama now, and I want to encourage the UPN members of across the country that Wasakalipa, for me, I've taken responsibility and we are ready. For me, I'm ready for correction. Correct us. I'm taking positive and negative things. I'm learning a lot because I know it's paining to lose. You yourself, you have run away from the lose. Me, I'm there on the lose and learning more from it. So there are certain things you may bring to me which I'll tell you, no. It's not because I hate you, because I've seen this cannot work. Because from your criticism, I'm able to listen. So I want to encourage the members of UPN to say now, we are going towards the general election.
You're going into another stronghold of the Patriotic Front, Kasama.
Yes.
Do you think you're going to win?
Let me tell you, we have won election in Shimanda. That's stronghold of UPND. Just recently, we won in Shimanda, we won in Rumez, Kawambwa, Pambasha. We have won all these things all along.
Do you think you're going to win?
So are you telling me that because we won all those areas, meaning it's an indication that all these seats come 2026 we're going to get?
My question is on Kasama. Do you think
I'm coming back to that. So I'll answer you win. No one goes in a box to say, I'm going to lose. Who told you that?
What will happen if you lose?
It's another issue again. For now, every political party is winning. That's a game. Even yesterday, Morocco said Senegal. You think they said, no. Everyone said, I'm going to win. I'm going to lift the cup. But the winner came out at the end of the day. That's how the game is. Don't be cheated. I cannot come here to say, no, Kasama Tizaru by UPND. No.
So even 2026 is a gamble for the UPND. You don't know whether you can win or lose.
And I'll answer you. The issue, do we have numbers? That should be a question. We have numbers as UPND. And I've told you the real politics, it will start in 2041. That's the answer I'm giving you. The real politics, it will start in 2041.
What do you mean?
So,
I don't know.
And I want to tell you that the real politics will start in 2041. I can bet with you. There are certain things we are doing. There's the way that from the beginning, even when I was Chawama, I've been telling you, pilot project. I've said, now 2026 we are winning an election when we are in government. And I've told you that this government of UPND has never used statement. I've been in politics, where could you see MMD bring machinery in a ward. The PF with the government have state machinery in the ward, in a constituency. UPND has never done that from 2021 up to date.
Lastly, KBF says you have no structures across the country. What is there is just a top leadership, but on the ground, you have no structures.
KBF ndizo goza. Why sana fielding women with the structure here? The structure which we have, the structure alliance. Why did you field in the structure here? Have you ever heard that in the infrastructure UPND atenga 0 or atenga 2? Those things happen when you're in opposition. And towards 2021, we filled all the structure at the polling station. The structure we have across the country. And the bigger number we have. And the structure which we are targeting, the structure for PF, to become UPND. And that's a fact. And I want to tell the members of UPND that the door should be open. Even Yana Kuchaya Mbama should join. The issue of people joining behind, I can give an example. Because the people are forwarding me about Kalimash too much from Copper Belt. In Copper Belt, I've seen individuals, they are working background. They haven't come public, and I've refused. Don't come in the name of business to me, no. When I knew it in PF, you were a politician. No. Join. Declare, the way I said, declare, and then receive insults from people. Okay, you're a politician, guy. That's what we want to see. So, open the door, let people enter into UPND. And when they enter in UPND, it's the way you have behaved yourself. Look, how Chawama was, no violence. Give us a hand. It has not been easy. But after winning, when people are celebrating, they end celebration and tell you, because when you win from the polling station, these two people celebrate. Here are members now. Andrew Mwansa, Andrew Liswaniso. Mwansa ni wa UPND, ni wa PF. Because in the leading at winner, ni bwana manje pa nyumba pa mpwanyirani. Why can't you just celebrate? Why should I come and break your thing? It's for what? And I've realized the PF have never learned a lesson. I've tried in my own capacity, the youth chairman across the country, the leadership Hakainde, we have tried that you can win minus beating people. You saw how we behaved. Not that we don't have, and me, I know the UPND. Even in opposition, PF never challenged us. But I've realized that PF has never learned a lesson. I'm scared even when I speak to you. And the Denza Ankara Z, since I'm talking to me phone or PF. I don't want. Because if we are not helping each other, your role is to help.
You want to unleash your colors?
No, not unleashing. I'll keep quiet. If I hear somebody that's attacked you, that's your own thing. You can't go and destroy people because you have won. You know. Which we, the party UPND, tell me everywhere where we have won. Even Lavishmanda, have you heard said that no, the leaders of UPND have gone to the leaders of PF or any member of an opposite to go and break their property? The others no. But apo babichita mu Chawama, meaning bakalibo punzira. And you are forgetting that the same people, they know your homes also. Paja pa nyumba, pezna ile nyumba ya PF. Napaja. So you bring chaos at the end of the day. So pempo yanga nikuti, imwe ma leaders ba PF. Talk to each other. You don't need to destroy somebody's property. You don't need to destroy my property or me to destroy. No. Nivindale chabe at the end of the day. But me, I've now, from that thing, I've really had to say, oh, anzatu, by conda violence. So, and you know that you're going to meet, they have never revenged the way you did to MMD. They have never done that to you. So when they come to your homes, don't start cry foul. You don't do that. So these are the lessons I've learned from my colleagues, the PF stroke FDD, that behavior, or my Osampa behaving such a way. No. You have seen how we behaved with chairman, all of us. The instruction was very clear from the president. I don't want anybody in Chawama. There were a lot of provoking. We tried by all means to tell them, no. You could see PF or FDD crossing each other. That's how we're supposed to live as politicians. And to achieve that, don't leave it to UPND alone. This message should be collective with all of us, all political players. And talking to our people. Every meeting, that has been my message. No, that has been my message as Liswaniso. Encouraging people to be, because you are just staying together. You are neighbors. Why do you do such a thing to your fellow friend? It's for what? The violence should be top. No. And I've learned that for sure, PF has never learned a lesson. They've never. They need to prove to me to say, this one's what you are saying, it is a lie. But I'm saying that kind of a behavior, you are just bringing your real cadres and other people to be now. Ground. Our responsibility is to stop this. It's not building violence. You can win an election. You have won. Celebrate, but don't break somebody's property. That's what I'm saying. You won because it was peaceful. Well, if we wanted to be chaos in China, it would have been chaos. Because even us, we have youths, we have people I'm just telling you. But does it bring any food on the table at the end of the day? The answer is no, you're just destroying your own country.
UPND National Chairman Gilbert Liswaniso, thank you so much for joining us on this day tonight.
Thank you very much.